Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us for the second part of our private label and white label training. I am your dubious host, Renata Darden, and I'm here with
Norman Ellsworth, the trainer.
okay, you can slide. So we talked to you some last week about private label. We gave you indications about what was the difference between private label and white label. So we are going to tell you a little bit about ourselves while we're here, and we will get started into giving you some very good examples of how to do this thing. Norman, you want to start?
Sure. What is white label? It's generic foods that are produced by a manufacturer that allows other retailers to brand their merchandise. So I'm going to paraphrase what's here, but you're going to take an existing product, you're going to put your logo, brand it as if you're doing it on Amazon. You want brand registry to help protect you. But we don't just teach Amazon, we're teaching Walmart and all the rest of them. But this is an easy way. Some people call it private label, but we would be making more changes to the products that we are going to show you here for white label. Packaging, branding, and marketing is all your responsibility too.
Okay, so white label, as Norman just said, it's an existing product. You're just basically putting your stamp on it. So in the cases that we're going to give you examples of, we're actually your end user is going to be a retail consumer, someone that wants to buy your good. White label can also be sold business to business, depending on what it is and what the service model is and who's the supplier and distributor. I know last week I talked about white label being applicable to services as well. So you can actually take a full-blown service, whether that's a website or software, put your branding on it, and then resell that. So in this case, the examples we're going to give you is actually about a retail product. And so Kirkland is one of those white label brands. Kirkland is Costco's in-house brand, and it is a wonderful example of what white label is all about. So not very many people know Duracell actually makes Kirkland's batteries. Kirkland has what they call their signature batteries, but what happens is Duracell white labels them for Costco to sell in their stores and under their own brand. So when we talk about getting started, we'd like for you to think about startup items being small, lightweight, easy to package. Just because you're going to be doing things, trying to get this going and off the ground, you don't want to work with something bulky when you're first getting started. Not to say there aren't some large items that would work well for this model, but when you're getting started, we think that the ideal items are going to be small and lightweight. We want to make sure that we're searching for items that have quite a few reviews so we can use those reviews to see what the consumer is saying about the item and use that information to tailor it to our own brand. What's happening is we're seeking a UVP or a unique value position that's going to set us apart so that we can brand this thing, market it, and scale it. We already know we're looking for something that people are already buying. So we need to be able to find out what's that thing that we can do, what's that thing that we can add, whether it's even if it's just in the branding, since we're talking about white label, that's going to appeal to the customer.
Now I like using a watch count. I can go and see what's selling on Amazon, what is hot items there. Sorry, on eBay. And then I turn around and do the same search on Amazon. Like we're going to be talking about a dog pool, and that's exactly what we typed in on Amazon and on eBay watch count. And it shows us what are actually people are watching. I'm not so concerned about the watches. I click on sold items, just like I circle. So it's a good source to get a feeling of what is selling. Are you going down the right avenue to find a profitable item?
We like watch count because it's free as well. We want to give you guys as many resources as we possibly can. that are not going to break the bank when you're getting started with starting a different business model or working with something new. So when we go to look for products, brand new products, things that we want to actually find that we can get someone to white label for us, one of the strategies is, and there are different ways to do it, is looking on Amazon, and we're going to look for products that we can source as white label. So when you're in your Amazon app, we looked around and we didn't see top sellers on the website anymore. We finally found it, but it was hard to find. So if you're on your app and you're just doing a search, you can go to the top sellers when you go to add a product. That's in that first image. And then you pick a category, whatever it is that you're looking for. We were actually talking about pet items. So we went to pet supplies, and then that's in the second image. And in the third image, we scrolled down, and by the time we got down to around 75, going through a bunch of different treats, pet accessories, leashes, and all sorts of things, we came upon this foldable dog pool. And so we wanted to use this as our example. So we found something that has, what we said, a lot of reviews. It's foldable, so it's going to be small and compact. And this is going to be something that we're going to try and find someone that can source for us. So we went to the bestsellers app, we looked at it. We want to make sure that you understand that that's just one way to source these. Norman mentioned another. You can go and just find items that are selling, but we don't want you to overlook Walmart and some of the other third-party seller platforms on some of the other retailers. So Walmart's a great place to research products as well. Want to make sure you're looking for categories that will show you some of the trendy and best-selling items. You want to make sure you stay away from those things that might have you restricted so you're not seeing everything. So we went in and did a search. We found that item. We put it into Amazon, and the foldable dog pool came up. Another way to do this is to go online, to do a reverse search or a Google search for the image. So if you click on that image in Amazon, or if you find it on Google, you do a reverse search by clicking search Google for the image. This will tell you where it's actually being sold online. So it'll give you some good ideas about where you might go to look for pricing, to look for reviews, to look for additional information that you can use when you go to talk to the manufacturer.
And we found this same item on Walmart. So when we were talking about Amazon, it works for Walmart, Hey Needle, any of them, to get you an idea of what's a profitable item.
And it was actually the same seller selling on that, like we mentioned, the third-party seller on the Walmart app, just like he was able to sell it, rank it, and push it through on Amazon. But again, it gives you some ideas of what the different consumer groups are saying about a particular product if you're able to find it on several different websites, and you'll see that in the next screen. So when you do the Google search, it tells you like where you're going to find it. So we found it on Walmart. We found the same pool on Amazon. And you keep scrolling, but we found it in a couple of different places. And one of the things that you can look at is that it'll actually show you that there are places that you could go to actually market this item as well. One of those last websites was actually probably just a blog, but you could actually buy a domain, put this up, and do SEO just for that particular website so that you're getting this item in front of as many people as possible. So here it is on Amazon. And so we're able to see what it's selling for. We're able to see the different sizes. We're able to see all of the different features. And one of the great things about Amazon is because it's in the biggest retailer, you've got tons of reviews on here. And Amazon is kind of review driven in terms of what you see the most of. So this one had a lot of reviews. We're able to go there and look at things that we wanted to see when we talk to a manufacturer. So in order to find a manufacturer or factory that's going to source your products, now it's as simple as going to Google and actually typing in a manufacturer for a foldable pet pool, which is what I typed in. But one of the favorite places to go for me is madeinchina.com. So there's going to be a number of different sites that you can go to, and madeinchina.com is not just China. That just happens to be the domain name. But one of the things about this website is it actually gives you the ability to see how long a company's been around, how many of these actual products they've people that they've worked with, and it will tell you how many people they will make it for. So they have a capacity on each item. It's going to give you different features on the site as well. It's going to tell you things that are important to you, like what's the minimum order quantity, how long it's going to take, and that sort of thing. So when you sign up for the free account, it's actually giving you some really good information, just because this is, again, a free account. So you go and register. It's going to actually match you with suppliers just based off of the search, the keywords that you give it. And then it's going to give you access to the supplier's audit reports. And those are certified by the SGS.
And with the free account, you will be contacting back and forth from different suppliers. If you don't have an account, they can't contact you and you can't contact them.
Another good thing to know about madeinchina.com is that they do, all of their suppliers use escrow accounts. So when we say that it's been certified by the SGS, SGS is the world's leading inspection, verification, testing, and certification company when it comes to goods. So they're recognized as the global, not just here in the States or not just over there, but the global benchmark for quality and integrity. So you know when you're dealing with any of these suppliers on the madeinchina.com site, that when it comes up, you'll be able to see the reports that come from SGS. So if there are any issues, then you can rest assured that they're going to show up in those reports, and you'll be able to address those either directly with the supplier, give them an opportunity, to explain away those one-off issues that might have happened, but you'll be able to see exactly what this leading authority thought about how they handle business. So this is what the website looks like, and it is plainly just made-in-china.com, and you'll have a number of categories. It's just like looking at any of the other like multi-channel websites, but that's what this is. You've got a place where all the suppliers can actually list what they're able to do for you. So in this case, where we were looking for the foldable pet pool, Norman was able to go to the sporting goods section and see that pet supplies shows up under recreation.
All right, with this one, we're trying to break it down so you understand each one of the procedures. Number one, like I picked before, was the category. You're refining your search. Then you want to click on type of suppliers. License verified is what we recommend. And then you can click on the provenance or region. Then you can talk directly to the manufacturer once you find one, or you can contact them by messenger or email. This is what I was referring to. That does not, if you don't have an account, they will not answer your emails because they don't know who you are. All right, here we're comparing. I'm using purses right now just as an example, but you can pick, there's so many different manufacturers that carry the same thing or something similar. So you can put them in a compare sheet here at the bottom. And then you open it up and you can do all 5 of them at the same time. What you're looking for is the highest rank. I like the diamond, and then how long they've been in business. The one I was looking at earlier today was actually had 600 different products. So it's a very good and detailed procedure just so you can get an accurate and perfect understanding of the products.
And just go back just for a moment,
Yes,
Norman. So one of the things that you can see when you're doing your comparison is actually going to give you some of the features, like what is each of these suppliers' minimum order quantity, or MOQ as we call it, what's the price point going to be, and things like how long it's going to take for them to get something over to you. The next step in this process when you find a manufacturer would be to get a sample. So it's going to give you information about the sample process as well. So you're able to actually compare side by side all the different suppliers that you pull into this comparison sheet. So again, we went to find something that we both really liked, and we liked this foldable dog pool. And this was not the one we were looking at, but what happens at the top, I just typed in pet pool. I typed in a few different things, but we typed in foldable dog pool, we typed in foldable pet pool, we typed in pet pool, and we got a number of different things. So this was just a screenshot of what the site looks like and what the search engine up at the top, what it actually looks like. Over to the left, you'll see you've got tons and tons of categories that come up just based off of typing in pet pool. It takes you to sporting goods specifically and over to recreation. There's some other things that pop up. So just gives you an idea of what it looks like to actually make this type of search, but you could have typed in any number of things straight from the main page here, and it would have given you a ton of different suppliers.
And right here next to the red contact now, you will see the diamond that I was referring to. And then you can click on the website and it will actually tell you how long they've been in business, how many items they sold, and what they carry.
So again, when you're dealing with madeinchina.com, you just want to know that they only deal with companies that will work with escrow. So in white label, escrow is going to be those companies that are going to hold, divide, or return payments, and they're going to manage any dispute that happens from the beginning of this transaction to the end of the transaction. So anytime you're dealing with, if you decide not to use this particular source, but you want to make sure that they're dealing with well-known companies such as Paybase, Eskaroo, or Mango Pay that specifically work with white label, specifically know the process and how it goes, and have done thousands and thousands of transactions. You don't want to deal with a brand new supplier with a brand new escrow company. You just want to make sure that you're protecting this entire process from beginning to end. You're going to have to put money up front to place your order. You're going to have to work with shipping. You're going to have to work with samples. So you just want to make sure that any financial transaction that you're working with is actually being held in an escrow account, not going directly to the supplier until they know that they've delivered what it is that you've requested.
Okay, don't overlook wholesalecentral.com. It's basically US companies. They got so many different manufacturers in there that you can source from. They got wholesale grocery directory. To me, this is one of them. While I'm in the research stage, I want to check it out. I didn't even check to see if they had the pool just because we were already in the sourcing or the research stage and we were moving on trying to get you the information.
And one of the things to keep in mind, as we mentioned last week, is make sure that you're verifying with each company that you contact, regardless of what you see on the website or on Google, that they actually are handling the type of transaction that you're looking for. So just because it says that they do white label, you want to speak directly to someone that can tell you about the process and make sure that it's not private label that they're doing, and vice versa. If you want to do private label, you want to make sure that they're actually able to take that product from concept to launch for you and not just rebrand it or package something that they're already making. And I love this. So if you don't want to go through all of these steps that we've talked about, I personally suggest that you actually go through it. We talk about finding small items that are easy to work with for your first time around. But if you want full service, there are full service white label agencies out there that will do this all for you. You'll be able to pick and choose from a select number of suppliers, and they will actually take care of all the advertising, the listing, the SEO, and the and actually putting those items up on the websites for you. Any of the social media marketing that you want to do for a particular item, they can take care of that too. So this is a great way to actually get your brand out there and well known if you've already launched it. But just so that you understand what they're doing, I always recommend that you know the different parts of the process before you outsource them. If anything comes up, you want to know the issues that they're going to have. You want to know exactly what the terminology is and how they're working through that in the event that something comes up. Just because you choose to outsource something, it is still your business. You still want to be knowledgeable about every step of it.
Once you find a product, then you want to find the keywords that will go with it and help you get a better ranking on Walmart, Amazon, even if you're selling it on Google shopping. So I have a document. Let me see if I can get it open. This is what I use. I can put all the merchant word keywords in it. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. But then it also gives you the rank and everything. You can follow what you have. You can find out a better word instead of a dog foldable pool. We just typed in dog pool, so it will give you the rank. There's also, like we said before, key spy, merchant words, and I forget the other one. I'm sorry. Title builder, as we were saying, if you can't think of the words, this also gives you other words. Sometimes the manufacturers, they only have 2 or 3 words. And like you seen with the 2 words, it came up as a foldable dog pool. And we didn't even mention anything about foldable. Big, profitable, and sets you apart from the pack. Like when we did the search, we found other people with similar products and colors. So the one was a blue foldable swimming pool, but he was out of stock. And with us, we could have had the same thing, jumped in there and kept it flowing and making good profit off from it.
So keep in mind, and we mentioned this last week as well, that one of the things that you're going to have to do if you're doing your own product as opposed to buying retail or wholesale is that you're going to be completely responsible for the shipping. So when you're doing white label or even private label, you're going to have to pay the shipping cost to get your item to your location where you're selling it, where you're storing it, or to the prep center that's actually going to take care of that. That prep center can take care of everything from the labeling and the storage and the shipping. And if you choose to do FBA, or if you're doing deliver through Walmart or some other third party, then they will just handle the pieces of it that you give to them. But just make sure that you understand that you've got to tie your shipping costs into your ROI. That's going to be an additional cost that you will incur as a private labeler or a white labeler. This is your product. Once it is manufactured, once you've gotten your samples and approved everything, you still have to get it into a place where the customer can a place that can process the orders when the customer places an order.
Right. And when if you're sourcing it from China, a lot of times they will charge you extra money for put on the label to change anything on it. Well, when you're sending it to your prep center, you can just provide them with the logo, the information. They can slap it on, stick it, make it nice, look nice and neat, and then put it out to the, man, I'm having a hard time talking. Send it out to your customer for you.
Yeah, and one of the things that we like to tell people is simply that most sellers use a weight-based pricing when you're looking at getting everything over to your prep center or to whomever is going to process those orders for you. So you just want to keep that in mind, and going all the way back to our original recommendation that you're dealing with smaller, lightweight items. That's going to keep your costs down when you're doing your first launch and you're trying to figure out all of the ins and outs of this whole process. When you start with something that's lightweight, when you're doing weight-based pricing for your shipping, it will keep your costs down, and it will be a lot easier to manage in the event you're dealing with things like, returns and everything else. But anything that happens at the beginning of that process is going to be, you want to make a choice of using weight-based shipping as opposed to per unit or number of units, that sort of thing, because that's going to keep your costs down. So we wanted to make sure that we took this opportunity just to let you know we're giving you the basics of both the private label and the white label, there is a ton of other information. We didn't know how far in the weeds to go just because there's so many different options for every piece of this. There's so many different options on the research side, so many different options on the sourcing side, and obviously when you get to escrow shipping and some of the other um, things that have to happen in order for this to come to fruition. Every piece of this, you have a ton of different ways that you can go. But along the way, every bit throughout the whole process, we at eCom Sellers are here for you. We're now offering an eCom support Facebook group where you can get in here, ask questions. There'll be people in there that have actually gone through this process that can answer, questions about finding this item, this is what they're telling me, these are the questions that they're asking, how should I answer this? And especially from the beginning piece of this, what do you need to get started from the very beginning? We talked about some of those things last week, but we want to encourage you to join eCom Sellers Mastermind on Facebook so that you'll have access to other people that are like-minded, that are going through similar processes. In addition to that, we want to thank you for being a part of the Academy, where we're here to train you, to support you, coach you, and we have a community. We have a community of people here that really want to see you succeed. Your success matters to us, and so we want to encourage you, if there's additional questions about the white label or private label process, and this is something that you're interested in, you have access to coaching. Depending on when you came in, you have access to coaching at regular intervals. So we want to make sure that you're actually taking advantage of all the benefits that we offer you as an Academy member. In addition to the training that's in the membership site, like I said, we're here to support you. You have access to the Academy Facebook group as well as the membership site, and you have access to regular coaching. And we want you to know that this community here is here for you. So you guys should get to know each other. You guys should ask questions from each other about where you are. We want you to engage. We want you to post when we post news articles, when we post things or suggestions. We give you ideas and tips and strategies. We want to hear your feedback. And so the Academy webpage, the Academy Facebook group page is a great place for you guys to engage, get to know each other, get to know what different processes that the other members are actually using, so that you can bounce ideas off of each other. We're here for you. We are your support, but we want to make sure that you're actually using the group to your benefit as well as the other benefits that are in there.
And with eCom Seller Academy, it's not free. This was just our 1 year anniversary, the 20th of May. So instead of anything else, we dropped the price from $50, $49.99 to $17.99. To me, it's a no-brainer. You can get in, you will get the training that we do every Tuesday. You will be able to get the Q&A that we'll go into in one moment. Oh, we got a blank one. What happened? Well, you can tell this is live because I'm not finding the Q&A section. Okay. Q&A happens twice a week. Tuesday night after this, we have a Q&A session from 9:30 to 10. This is Central Time. And then on Sunday, we have it from 2 a.m., I think, till 2:30.
It's on Saturday afternoons.
Oh, not Sunday. Okay. And then we also have additional training, like we have the mastery coming up, where you can sign up for 12-week sessions. 8 of them are live. This is hands-on. We're, we're going to teach you to come from eBay or Amazon, and we'll get you to profitability within 90 days. But it is a working workshop. So you will be given assignments. You tell us you completed it, then we keep on moving. But we cannot run your business for you. This is your baby. Own it. I know the way the economical is right now, people not being able to work. Well, if you can afford a computer or go to the library, this is something that you can really do, and you can make some good money at it. But you have to work it like a business. You can work it part time if you want or full time, but it's an opportunity to learn from us and learn how you can sell on eCom platforms.
And you've got to set your goals so that you understand, you know, you've got to build a schedule around all of this. So as Norman just mentioned, we've got a Q&A, a live Q&A every week, twice a week. And tonight it starts at 9:30 Central. So one of the recommendations that I have is when you come off of this training to jump right on the Q&A. Even if you think you've got it all, even if you think you're not going to implement this strategy right away, the Q&As are great because I know whenever someone affords an opportunity to actually ask questions, I like to get in and just hear what other people are asking. So even if you don't think that you have questions right away, we encourage you to jump onto the Q&A, to listen to the other questions that might come up, and to be able to jot those notes down so that when you do decide that the strategy is going to work for you, you've had the opportunity to even listen to someone that might be in the middle of it to find out what types of questions might come up. It's a great opportunity, Q&A twice a week, and it's coming up tonight. So we encourage you to jump on right after training each week, take a minute, gather your notes, get your questions together, and join us back here at 9:30 for Q&A.
And remember, no question is a wrong question. So if you're thinking you got a question, I can tell you other people have got the same question. They're just not brave enough.
But again, we want to thank you for joining us for our Tuesday night training. We appreciate you as our Academy members. We want you to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We've got a YouTube channel where we share information there as well. We've got groups that we've created that are meant to help you build your business. So we encourage you to just keep coming back for the training, to log into your membership site, to use everything, all the benefits that are there for you, to use everything that we've afforded you, because we want you to be successful. Here at eCom Sellers Academy, your success matters to us, so we want to make sure that you're using all the benefits that are available. Thank you for joining us.